We're two hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
We left off with the insulation installation completed. Then we took a much-needed break to run a trail race up at Mount Rainier in Washington, and we came back recharged and ready to tackle some lumber. We decided to go with cedar planks for the walls. Why cedar? Well, cedar is a type of wood that can withstand a lot of moisture and humidity because it can expand and contract with a lot of ease. It's also a natural pest deterrent.
I would think that you would know that closets are made of cedar. Otherwise, we get mold.
We are back from our race and we are excited to get going on finishing the interior here. We are sort of on a time crunch. So yeah, here's day one. So we started to seal our cedar planks for the interior walls. What we're also doing is sealing what is actually underlayment. That's what I have going on over here. We're using boiled linseed oil. It's a little less toxic than polyurethane or anything like that. So it'll be a little bit better for smaller spaces. So I am sealing all of those, but what Ruben is having to do, he's having to cut each piece of underlayment because this is a shed and not an actual house. The door is going to shut here. So we're having to make adjustments as we go, and what he's finding is that front wall is not exactly plumb. So the underlayment, even if it is straight, it's not necessarily going to go all the way flush against the edge of the building. So number one, he's having to make sure that those pieces that are going up on top are going to fit symmetrically. Then what he has to do, I think he's already done it actually. So there's 2x4s here in the ceiling. I don't know if, well, you can't see it. Obviously it's covered with the plastic. He has to also make sure that the underlayment is cut so it lands on the 2x4 so we have something to tack it onto, to nail it onto. And if you're noticing what this handy contraption is here, we have a telescoping ladder and we have been borrowing our neighbor's A-frame ladder, but we can't get a hold of them. So Ruben's ingenuity came to the rescue.
This is where I wish we had 2 ladders. You want to stand on that end over there?
All right, our neighbor came home and we have another A-frame ladder, so now we have 2, and hopefully we're gonna get this done a lot quicker. Here we go. Okay, so to give a little explanation of what we're doing here, Ruben is putting on backing board this because the inside, the pitch of the roof is actually at a point, and because the walls are not exactly plumb, when we put the ceiling and the underlayment and all the wood together, things are not lining up properly, even though our lumber is perfectly straight. So in order to avoid more haphazard cutting and whatnot, he's putting these on, and then we're going to put all along the front part where the pitch normally is, we're going to put a plank all the way down the center. And that will also make it easier to secure the ceiling fan and other things that might have to go down the center of the tiny home. So that's what we're doing right now, and it's testing Ruben's patience quite a bit. Anybody notice anything a little odd with this setup? Well, if you recall, when we first installed some of the electrical conduit, we planned for 2 candle lights above the windows. Well, we didn't exactly account for that here. We got so excited to install the ceiling that we forgot to mark a cut in the black plastic liner, and subsequently never made a note prior to us securing the ceiling on. So Ruben's patience is tested a little bit further.
My circle is about to be way off. It is close, but not close enough. Off a lot. So annoying. Arr. Arr. Right here, this middle edge, right here. Because the light socket is going to be able to go over this. But it's just... I'm walking. Wait. I need it to run, but it won't just run. Take this from me before I throw it across the field. Thank you. Nasty as
See, we have a can light and a place to hang a plant.
No, we don't, my love. I need to clean that up.
Well,
I hate that whole...
I understand, but we're good. We'll be fine.
I think my stupid will remember to cut a can lights.
See, that could be the plant holder there.
No.
All right, you can probably barely make her out here, but there she is. She has escaped once again. There's something about that side of our property that she really likes. Okay, we're starting another morning here, and we found out yesterday that cutting the underlayment was a little bit challenging because we don't have a level surface to put the opposite end on, and the underlayment is quite thin, so it tends to bend very easy. So this morning we are going to be making a makeshift leveling-ish area.
The table saw. It's just a bigger table saw that can handle whatever it is that the sheets of plywood that we're gonna do. So I get to build a little table that extends and holds it in place.
I don't know how much of a table it's really going to look like. I think it's more of a leveling thing. I speak construction. So he did change his mind. We didn't stack up 4x4s. He ended up making a little table. I think this works better. Ingenuity. So yesterday we put up those center pieces, but Ruben was not happy with it. They weren't very clean. So we're just kind of doing a quick do-over this morning, and we're going to get it up correctly. So, yay. Now we're getting to the ceiling part of the loft. You know that saying, measure twice, cut once? Well, here we're making sure to measure 3 times before making a cut. We don't exactly have the luxury of messing up. We now have the loft area completely closed in and are thinking that it would be a good idea to finish this off with carpet. That way we can begin sleeping in here sooner rather than later. Then at that point, we can complete the walls downstairs. As we were deliberating this idea over a water break, Ruben noticed a large plume of smoke quickly developing not too far away. Sure enough, a fire broke out at a local mill. Things quickly escalated due to the high wind gusts. So we had clear skies for 2 days. 2 days. Just like that. We're not sure what the issue is at this point. We just know that it's about 10 miles as a crow flies that direction. We can smell the smoke, and we're just hoping, well, these winds are going to be consistent through the end of the day, at least past sunset. So we're hoping that they're able to get this fire contained because, yeah, I mean, it's just terrible. So fire season it's not even a season anymore. It's just constant. Yeah, it's starting to rain ash here. I don't know if you just saw that fly down from the sky. The fire is still about 10 miles from us. We are just outside of the evacuation zone, and we're just continuing to work, but the air quality is pretty terrible. If things get bad, we'll head north this time instead of south. What is also very strange is that near us we have a road. Obviously, we have to get here somehow. And sorry, I just got distracted by a big chunk of ash falling from the sky. Anyhow, the road, normally there's probably like one vehicle that passes every 5 minutes or so, and it sounds like there's a freeway next to us right now. The people that got evacuated are obviously using that as their evacuation route. And we had blue skies this morning, and the wind kicked up at noon, and within an hour we had a fire. So the fire that started this afternoon, the mill fire, is right over there. And about an hour ago, another fire broke out over there. So we're just hoping and praying for the best. The evacuation zone got as close as a quarter mile from us. We packed a ready, set, go bag just in case we had to make a quick exit, but fortunately, the winds died down close to midnight. They were able to contain the mill fire to about 20% by morning. The cows in the area were pretty distressed all night long. They mooed and called all night and into the smoke-filled morning. Our neighbors noted that we sure picked the summer of all summers to move up here and build. Unusually long heat waves and multiple fires has not made this easy. Talk about trial by fire. But we just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, otherwise this won't get done. As of Sunday, the mill fire has burned to over 4,200 acres and is at about 25% contained. The other spot fire, known as the mountain fire, has burned over 6,500 acres and is at 5% contained. Life is certainly full of challenges, isn't it? That is a guarantee. We started the week strong but ended getting a little smoked out. But that's okay. We just keep moving forward even if it's a little slower than we like. Our tummies are full, we are healthy, and our loved ones are keeping us in prayer. Until next week, thanks for watching.
There it goes.